Hi lovely, welcome back to my channel. So today's reading is the March 2021 Shadow, Light and Guidance for the Water Signs. Before we get into it, I'll just really quickly reintroduce myself. My name's Leonie and this is Side Chick. So this is the Shadow, Light and Guidance reading for March 2021 for the water signs. So these cards are going to represent our shadow, these are going to represent our light, and these are going to represent our guidance. Okay, so let's give these a shuffle. So these, as I said, are going to represent our shadow, and shadow aspect can basically be something that you are going to have difficulty with or struggling with, or something that might just be a little bit of a challenge or uncomfortable. So let's see what we've got for March. Let's go here. Ooh, perchance to dream. Let's put that there. Okay. Right, let's have a look at our light aspect. And our light aspect is basically going to be something that is going to be helpful to us in some way, or beneficial, uplifting, something along those lines. Let's have a look. Right, yeah, I wanna come in the middle. Yeah, it's gonna be this one like jumping out at me. Right, what does this say? Karmic relationships. Oh my goodness. Oh, it might be a bumpy ride this month. And then guidance. This is going to be something that's generally helpful information. It could be the theme for the month, or could just give us additional stuff that we need to know or be aware of. This one. Aha, Six of Wands. Okay, that's good. Right then, so let's get started. So first of all, we have got perchance to dream, and this is for our shadow aspect. So I feel like this one is basically saying the dream aspect's really coming strongly through to me with this card, and I feel like this month it might be very prudent to, how can I say this not harshly, to give yourself a bit of a wake-up call, shall we say. So are there places in your life that you are just like fooling yourself, or are you like building on a dream without any kind of substantial platform or substantial foundation from which to build upon? Are you allowing yourself to kind of be ungrounded and just to kind of be really floaty and like away with the fairies almost? A lot of times when we really want something to be true, or we really kind of hope that something is true, we almost convince ourselves that it is so, even when maybe deep down we know different, or we know better, or maybe there are other kind of warning signs or red flags around us and we just kind of merrily ignore them, and we're like, oh no, it's going to be fine, it's going to be fine. But we are essentially living in a dream world when we do that. And again, that kind of thing is not doing us any favors, it's not doing you any favors, and it's not doing the other people or person involved in the situation any favors either, because you're not facing reality, you're not facing facts. Now, I totally appreciate that everybody's reality, everyone has their own kind of their own unique way that they perceive things. So you will need to view this very much through your own personal lens. But what I would say with this card is, it's just sort of saying to you, just kind of double check that you are not deluding yourself, that you've not kind of, that you're not just daydreaming, okay? I feel oh, thank you, my guide's jumping in as well, and he's saying there might even be somebody in your life who's trying to get you to see sense or to wake up, and maybe you might be a little bit resentful of that fact, like, oh, this person's speaking fear into my plans, or this person doesn't believe in me, they're not being supportive. Well, is that actually the case, or are they just trying to get you to see the facts? Are they trying to get you to kind of just see things as they really are, as opposed to how you might be trying to view them? So something to think about this month anyway. And then certainly coming to our light aspect, it doesn't ease up, I'm afraid. We've got karmic relationships, and this says Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Now, karmic relationships, as I understand them, are those relationships where you feel you have like a really strong connection to the person. When you meet them, you're like, oh my goodness, we've known each other before, like, oh, we totally get each other, oh, we're soulmates, and that can be romantic and platonic as well. But in actual fact, a karmic relationship is something that kind of then goes beyond that, and it can oftentimes become quite toxic. We can get to a place where we have a very definite decision to make, where we have to make a choice, and it's always in the interests of our highest growth, but it is really bloody uncomfortable a lot of the time. Okay, so karmic relationships, they do come up. We can't avoid them, but ultimately, if you can try to view it and remember it through the lens of love, that it is for your highest good, it is for your soul's growth. It is uncomfortable, and this card does kind of point to that as well, where it says conflict. So we have got that aspect to it as well. I feel like perhaps, because we've got this one with this one, I really do feel like somebody, you might have a really strong connection with somebody, and is the relationship toxic? Is it abusive? Is it just generally not nourishing? But maybe you are deluding yourself, or you've overlooked all their kind of red flags and so on, which would certainly come under the kind of dreaming aspect. This card is urging you to recognize that relationship or that interaction for what it really is, which could be a karmic relationship. Okay, this whole thing of polarity, this whole dance of polarity, it does encourage soul growth. It does encourage these big kind of leaps in understanding, and those kind of aha moments where we finally understand the reason why something is happening. We can identify the patterns, and once you've identified the pattern, you can begin to take steps to free yourself from that, or to cut ties, or whatever it is you need to do. But first, the first step is recognizing it for what it actually is. So I feel like that's what this card is very much on hand to give a nudge towards that. And then also the Six of Wands as our guidance card. This card usually comes up when we need to accept praise, or we accept kind of gratitude for a job well done, or for correct decision having been made, or we just receive praise, we receive adoration. You can see here the figure is like basking in the limelight. There's like crowds all around. You can just imagine that there's cheering and so on, and I really feel like maybe you have had quite a long hard slog with a particular person or a particular situation, and it's become not very nourishing, not very pleasant, really uncomfortable. You'd been deluding yourself. You'd been kind of like saying, oh, it's not that bad, but actually it is that bad. Maybe there's this realization, this aha moment. We realize what it actually is, that it's a karmic relationship, a karmic connection, and that is actually for your soul growth on the kind of wider level. And then making the positive decision for yourself to cut ties, or to or even it might not even be cutting ties, it might just be making the positive decision to do something that's nourishing and helpful for your own self, for your own growth, and then other people around you saying well done, and you know, having acknowledged that. And even so far as you setting the example for others, because you don't know what other people are kind of watching you, looking to you for guidance and inspiration. And you know, you might be helping people unbeknownst to you. Okay, so what I want to say with this is, if you do receive praise, if you do receive kind of you know, gratitude or acknowledgement for your effort, do accept it. You've done a really good job. I do feel like March is going to be a kind of big growth month for you. So you know, some tough decisions, some, you know, some tough challenges coming up, but you can totally handle it. You've got this. You know, and these cards are totally confirming that as well. So hopefully that has been helpful for you. If you haven't done so already, please can you like and subscribe to my channel, and feel free to share the videos as well. And I hope you have a beautiful month, and I will see you guys really soon. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.